we're going to stay with Pool B then, as we wait for the arrival of Spain and Venezuela. Out on the far side, Venezuela, they're just going and teasing the crowd a little bit there and winding them up a bit. You can see there's going to be a lot of Spanish fans out there, right there. Working through that Spanish team alongside me is Sue Day. And the captain here today for Spain, Marina Bravo, scored a try in the earlier match, but perhaps slightly outclassed by Patricia García, who managed to touch down a couple of times.
Yeah, Patricia García, such a quality player for Spain, a playmaker right at the heart of everything. Will be important for them as ever.
Venezuela in their huddle there. They won't be the favourites for this as Rose Lebrecht gets ready. And Venezuela drew with Mexico in their first outing, 5-all today. So they've only got a draw to their name, and they're going to have their work cut out against the Spaniards. And you have to say, you look at that Spanish team, you can tell they're out there on the World Series.
Yeah, you can imagine the Spanish team's going to want to keep the ball out of contact, keep it moving. Venezuela, the one thing they did do in that match against Mexico was put some big old hits in.
Well, slight mistake, a fluff of the lines there from Venezuela from the kickoff. So Spain get the ball straight back for their free kick on the halfway, and they're off and flying straight away. Garcia has it. She manages to get the ball away, taken on now by Echevarria.
No, play, tackle her.
Referee encouraging play, and we're playing advantage now as a result.
Side.
They're still keeping it nice and tight at the moment, Spain. Are they going to finally fling it out? A little switch coming in here. Nice work there as Abina now takes it on. It takes a while for support to arrive there, and there's a couple of Venezuela players there. It's too slow a ball, but we are playing advantage, and Spain will hold on to this. Garcia again, she's got support outside her. Casado, can she work her way around? Still support on the outside, and Real is there. She manages to keep her control. She puts it down, and Spain on the score sheet just over a minute.
There's a little bit of class from Patricia García, just a little injection of pace which holds the defence up to give the ball out to Casado. And I think it's Echevarria on the outside who scores the try eventually. The little pocket rocket on the wing, but Patricia García, real class there, holding up the defence.
Difficult one to try and turn in here. We've been talking earlier when we were watching Russia about how important it will be to get those conversions when you can. She's made a decent fist of that one, but not quite got the connection.
The pace that this Spanish team are putting on the ball is what Venezuela will find very hard to live with. We've seen some teams playing quite laterally, drifting from side to side. Spain really put the pace on it, took the ball forward. That's what challenges the defence and makes it hard for the individual tacklers.
It's Echevarria who actually touched down that try. As we watch the calm and collected Garcia, who's never in a rush to take any of these kicks, gets this back underway. And she has made a 10. And it's a chance for Venezuela to play with the ball in hand, and this is a break here, a good break, it's strong, and oh, what a great getaway as well. Still going forward now. Lanzarote has it down on the ground. That was good interchange there by the Venezuelans as they're trying to swing it out. Can they get it out quickly though? As Diaz now takes it on, she's got support outside her from Romero. Romero hasn't quite got the gas though to get round the Spaniards and ends up in touch.
Yeah, well watched in defence from Spain, because Venezuela pulled them one way across the pitch, then back the other, but Spain watched them well. Some lovely offloadings from the Venezuelan team, wasn't there? First bit of possession really they've had.
Yeah, impressive hands here by Venezuela. Good to see them having a real go here, and the Spaniards have got a long way still to go in this match. They're easily the favourites in this group as the highest seeds. Belpan manages to get the ball away. Oh, the great position here by Spain. This is absolute textbook sevens rugby. She slightly ran inside there, Real. She closed down the space for Echevarria, who just couldn't get away with it. Again, Echevarria unable to get away, and it's a free kick. Spain off and away already. Garcia looking for her third try here in Dublin.
Not held.
And she's off again. Tell you what, if you're not going to hold me, I'll keep going. She's got up again. Oh, she's gone again. Patricia García. She ended up on the floor there twice and kept going, and that's her third try of the tournament.
Yeah, if you're tackled, as long as you let go, even if you are held. That first time she wasn't held at all. The second time she is held, but she lets go of the ball, you'll see on the floor there. Picks it back up again. The defence just isn't alert. The Venezuelans don't realise what she's doing. That one is all down to Patricia García.
And just to add a little bit extra there, she's converted as well. And that's a strong lead for Spain here. 12 points to nil, early days still in this first half. But Patricia García, she's not blowing as such. She's just taking her time. She's conserving her energy to get back here.
It's always a tough one when you're the kicker. There she goes, scoring the try. It's a tough one when you're the kicker. You score the try, then you've got to stay for the conversion. All your mates are back over the other half, in the other half having a drink.
Yeah, saying, come on, mate, get on with it. Let's go again. I don't blame her for taking her time at all. Anyone who's played sevens, it is absolutely exhausting.
Off the foot play.
A little bit of a mistake there by Spain. It looked like Real would have taken that cleanly, but it's Venezuela who come away with it. Ferreira manages to feed out on the far side. Romero again with another chance to run down that far seam, but what a tackle. What a tackle coming in there from Spain. Great hit, and they've got the ball as well. A double hit in the space of about 5 seconds, and not only have they got the ball, they're running with it. They're running away down this near side. And can they go around the outside? Spain looking for another try. This time Del Pan, she fancies a taste of the action. Arguably, perhaps she could have got a touch closer to the post, but she'll take it.
Patricia García is a good kicker. She should be all right. Angela Del Pan, a really good finish, but it all came from the hit from Echevarria on the far side. Angela Del Pan really does really well to finish it off, but it was the accuracy of the passing of the Spain team across the pitch, and prior to that, the big hit, the huge hit from Echevarria, who made the tackle, got up, cleared out, turned the ball over so that Angela Del Pan could score on the other side of the pitch.
Great conversion, but let's just remind ourselves what happened here, because it was Romero who was off flying, and whoa, hello, welcome to Spain, said Echevarria.
Really good technique, wasn't it, that? Made the tackle straight back on her feet to clear out.
She did really well because she pushed all the momentum back in the other direction. It's not easy to do. A lot of time you see people do the speed bump tackle when people are going that fast, where they end up going with the momentum, but she absolutely switched it there. That takes a lot of power and strength. Yeah, that one's not quite gone 10 there by Spain, and I think we can forgive García. She's had a busy game out there as the hooter goes.
You can see she's trying really hard to drop those exactly on the 10, using this as an opportunity to really push that line.
This time going for is Griffin. Can Venezuela make a mark on the scoreboard? It's looking unlikely, because look who's got it. Is there only one player for Spain at times? Oh, okay. There we go, our first yellow here in Dublin. Venezuela, 2 minutes in the bin then for Daniela Díaz. And Spain now, they've got an extra woman on the pitch. Venezuela have got to play out the next couple of minutes with 6 players. Oh, what a great switch. That is just a beauty. You could put that one in a painting as Real goes over.
Lovely bit of skill from Angela Del Pan, I think it was. So the finisher last time. This time, she first of all, she clears up the loose ball. Then what she does so well is just cut in, which holds the defence up. Cuts in at the same time as passing the ball out to Vanessa Real. Defence is held up, creates all the space for Real. And here it is. Oh, that was a late hit. That's what earned the yellow card for Díaz.
Well, Spain then, just waiting for García, will go in feeling very confident into half-time. Garcia's got good distance on it, she's got good direction as well, and it's actually blowing quite a wind out there, down at that far end especially. For some reason, there seems to be far more wind off to the left-hand side of the pitch than there is on the right, which is a bit more shaded. There's a big bank on the right-hand side as well. So Garcia's doing well to get those over. So Spain with the lead here. As we can just see a shot there. That's Marcel Mendez, the Venezuelan coach, just handing out a bit of advice and calm to her side.
El juego estuvo bueno. Sí, el juego estuvo bueno. Ahora tenemos que recibir menos tries, tenemos que recibir menos, tenemos que manejar más la pelota, ¿sí? Y tenemos que anotar. Ahorita sí tenemos que anotar. Esto es importante, va a pasar a segunda ronda. Tenemos que anotar. Vamos a ponerlo. Vamos a hacerlo. Dale, Venezuela.
As Venezuela just get ready to go in. You see the gentleman there with the backpack on, just on the edge of your shot, who's edged out there. That's actually Erickson Benitez. He's the president of the Venezuelan Rugby Union, who's actually come out to work as their team manager for the weekend. Not bad.
Brilliant, great to see the great and the good pitching in when it's needed to help, and great to see Maricel Mendez, a female coach at the highest level, putting her team through their paces at half-time.
She's a former player. She only finished playing back in 2012. She's racked up a huge number of caps for both in sevens and 15s. But it's going to take a little bit of magic from her to try and inspire her team back into this one. So, second half underway. Spain against Venezuela in Pool B. Venezuela still looking for their first win here in Dublin. Spain, well, they're looking to capitalise, leading 26-0 here.
No, hands in, record formed.
So Venezuela off again. Pass to no one, not quite a name on it, and Spain straight away, they're just honing in on that ball. They've got a radar just to suck it up and get it in their hands straight away. As Izaza is going, she's got support in there by De Freitas. It's De Freitas who's going to go over, and there is just something about that ball that ends up in Spanish hands.
Yeah, unfortunately for Venezuela, they've got 6 players on the pitch rather than 7, so the last thing they wanted to do was play a loose pass there that just gets mopped up by Spain. It only takes one pass out to Eli Martinez, a huge gap in front of her, about 20 metres wide, because there's only 6 defenders on the pitch, and it's turnover ball. Exactly the start Venezuela didn't want.
There's a captain's try for Martinez. Spain look in complete cruise control, and they've got huge support here in the crowd as well. Of course, it was the Spanish men who qualified for the Olympic sevens in the men's Repechaje last weekend, and the women will no doubt be looking to emulate that. This is better from Venezuela. Ball gets popped back, and you have to say the positioning from Spain when they get that ball is fantastic. And here we go, Garcia again. Eventually she waits for the support. They can't quite get the connection there, but you do have to say, when you look up at Spain and they get the ball clear from the ruck, they are in great positions every time.
Yeah, they're working hard off the ball. That's the critical thing in sevens. If you work hard off the ball, it means that when the ball comes out, you're in the right position to run onto it. You see the less experienced teams who'll do that hard work once the balls come out. The sooner you do it, the harder you work when you don't have the ball in your hands, the easier it is when it does come to you.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big hit as those two front rows collide, and a bit of a spin of the scrum. But it's been kicked away by Izaza. But it's gone straight out of play, and the referee was unhappy anyway. She's going to come back for a Venezuelan penalty. I think some of the players don't realise, and they're begging for the ball as quickly as possible, because the longer it takes for that ball to arrive, already the Spanish defence is in a beautiful line just waiting. So, of course, Venezuela, they are now back to a full complement of players. They did have a woman in the sin bin at the end of the first half, but that 2 minutes is up, so there's all 7 back on. Picked up round the ankles there of Contreras. taken on now by Griffin. And Griffin is going. It's going to take a few to bring her down. She made a good 10 meters there. Hack on there. Another chance for Venezuela.
Yeah, Patricia Garcia definitely came around in offside position there for Ingrid Griffin. What a ball carrier she is if they can get the ball into her hands a bit more, Venezuela.
Ingrid Griffin is actually an architect back in Venezuela when she's not having rugby players hanging off her. Alvarado now.
No, leave it, Blue! Leave it!
The Spanish player has just released that. Looked like she was slightly on her knees rather than on her feet in that ruck position. And here we go. Griffin again, known to her teammates as Gigi, and she's won a penalty as well.
Yeah, Patricia Garcia working really hard in the breakdown to turn it over, but you have to release the tackle player first, which she didn't do there. She was straight on the ball, didn't give the player, Ingrid Griffin, a chance to play the ball.
De Freitas and Ejigo are now both on for Venezuela. Ejigo is the only Venezuelan player to have scored a try so far here in Dublin for Venezuela. Can she inspire the team on? And that's not found touch. It's found the try area, and Spain are just going to touch that one down. There it comes. Right. Spain haven't really had much of the ball really in this second half anyway, in the same way they did in the first.
No, and they're really not playing with any kind of hurry now. They know they've got this match won. They could have taken that much more quickly, could have run back to the 22, but Patricia Garcia slowed it down.
Out to the far side. Do they fancy something here? There's a knock on there by Spain. It's just nowhere near as smooth. It's a bit like exactly what Sude has just said. They've slightly taken their foot off the gas a bit. They know that this win is in the bag.
Yeah, it's what we were talking about earlier. Take your foot off the pedal, but then you end up making mistakes. And actually, it becomes more tiring because you create knock-ons like just happened there. And that means you've then got to turn around and defend. It's easier just to keep your foot on the pedal and keep playing attacking rugby.
Some serious smiles out in their crowd for Spain today. I think they are winning the flag off in the crowd as well. I think the Irish might have something to say about that when they play their matches. So just over a minute and a half to play here in this clash. Venezuela yet to get on the board and yet to really cling on to that ball and string something together. And it goes. It's that woman once again, Griffin, who had it. Arguably, she could have held on to that.
Error string from Venezuela, isn't it? They're really not stringing enough passes together to threaten Spain, putting themselves under way too much pressure, throwing the ball aground, allowing Spain, the Spanish defence, to get right up in their faces.
It'd be interesting if we could find out what would be going through the mind at the moment of Jose Antonio Barrero, the Spanish coach, about this second half performance as his team takes it on once again. Eche Barrera, she has it, manages to switch back the direction. Garcia again, she looks up. Menden is there as well. She almost rolls her way along the far side of the field. Good pass from Garcia. It's nicely run onto by Eche Barrera. And she's off again. She's managed to wrong foot the Venezuelan defence. That's classy, it's simple, it's effective, it's a try.
Yeah, she's had a good game, Echevarria, hasn't she? Normally hanging out on the wing, but there in the middle of the pitch, using her footwork to really good effect. There it is. Stutters on the inside because the defender, Claudio Contreras, has gone slightly too wide. Echevarria sees that, cuts back inside. Great score.
It's made to look so simple. It's that easy. Believe me, it is not. Up to 40 then for Spain. Still time on the clock to play.
Yeah, it's a pretty comprehensive performance, isn't it? Given we said they'd taken their foot off the pedal a little bit a few minutes ago. Echevarria, one ball in one hand. The coach never likes to see that.
And you have to say, if Spain can just hold their focus now for these next few seconds, they will be the only team so far in this tournament, other than Ireland, who haven't had a point scored against them. It's not just about going forwards, it's also about defence as well, holding that mentality. Last roll of the dice then for Venezuela. And Griffin is rolling away in the sunshine. She makes good yards every time. They might not be quick yards, but they're definitely in the right direction.
Tackle only.
Definitely sucks in a few defenders.
Back once again is the captain, Contreras. Garcia is just all over that ball every time. She's like a little terrier. She's not going to be stopped. She's off and she's away. She wants more. She doesn't care that the hooter went. Garcia wants another try. She's been stopped. She's waiting for the support. It's been sucked up in the end, popped off, out on the far side. Spain do get a final flourish. Wonderful stuff there. It's Maria Ribera. Good team effort.
Yeah, the T sign from Maria Ribera. Patricia Garcia, you think she's in. Make a little bit of heavy weather of it, Spain in the end. A couple of passes needed, but great to see Maria Ribera scoring. She has been out for a long time with injury, one of Spain's most experienced players, back just in time to have a crack at an Olympic spot.
This lady has seriously impressed so far today. And she's not going to get the final kick of the day, but there we go. It's still Spain who will be on top in Pool B. They've just beaten Venezuela 45 points to 0, and still no one has scored a point against them.